Hello, my YouTube friends. Today we're going to talk about clutter checks. Clutter checks happen 3 times a day. FlyLady herself calls these hotspot fire drills. I call them clutter checks. It's the same thing, except I don't want you to continue to have a hot spot. I want that hot spot to cool off so that it never becomes a hot spot again. The whole idea of clutter checking is to clear your clutter from the places that you normally clutter. That is a bad habit. To not judge yourself for having a bad habit, but simply saying, oh, I can see what my habit is. I never put my X away. I put it on the counter, or I put it on the chair, or whatever. I have to pick a spot for that. Whatever X is. It could be the dog's leash. It doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't matter where it goes. It matters that you find a place for it and that you practice that habit. And when you do your clutter checks, which are 3 perusals a day of all your flat surfaces and the backs of chairs and floors, just a really quick look in each room to see if anything's not in place. If it's not in place, then you look and say, what is it? Who did it? And where does it go? No one's in trouble. If your kids did it or your husband did it, doesn't matter. No one's in trouble. We're just going to become aware of our habits, okay? And so let's tell the person this needs to be put away. Where did you decide this is going? Would you please put that away? Thank you. I'm going to put all mine away. I did the same thing. Don't feel bad. Okay, so that's clutter checks. They happen in all the rooms of the house and in any area you've recently decluttered. So let's say it's your underwear drawer. Then you need to look in your underwear drawer. Open it. Did I shove anything in there since I cleaned it? Or is it still good, and have I placed items in there? And that goes for any place you just recently decluttered. So it could be your junk drawer, it could be your silverware drawer, it could be your pantry, it could be the front hall closet, the game room. It doesn't matter. Wherever it is, did you shove or did you place? There's such a big difference. It's just a mental shift, and it's just a few seconds extra to place something instead of shoving something or slinging something. You know who shoves and slings? Teenagers. Are you a teenager? No, you are not. Well, you might be if you're watching this. If you're a teenager, be aware that young teenagers do that. As you get older, you're going to learn not to do that. Okay? So as an adult, we don't shove and we don't sling. We take a minute to place it. It's going to make all the difference in the tidiness of your home, which makes it not look cluttered. Because clutter is an attraction for other clutter. If you leave clutter laying around, things that are out of place, that's what clutter is, just things out of place. If you leave it laying around, it's a magnet for other clutter. And before you know it, you've got a nice little mountain on top of the dining room table or whatever. So let's keep it clear. Let's assign it a place, the things that you have. And let's make, in this example, your dining room table pretty. Let's put a vase of flowers on it, or a table runner, or some other decorative item, so that you realize this is my pretty table and I want it to look this way. It does not have to be Pinterest perfect. As a matter of fact, Pinterest is staged. When people put a picture in Pinterest, they make sure everything looks just right. They move things around. It's not like a candid snap that they put in there. Most people do not have homes like that. Most people's homes are lived in, and it's perfectly acceptable to have a lived-in home. It's also perfectly acceptable to stage a picture. There's nothing wrong with that, to put your best foot forward. I'm just saying I don't want you to think that that is the way it is in other people's homes. It is not. And you'll find if you do occasionally have a friend or a relative who keeps their home like that, you're a little uncomfortable in there because you're afraid you're going to mess it up. So let's make sure that we're doing our clutter checks. Let's not have a hot spot, a bad habit, a sore spot in our house that never, ever isn't a hot spot. Let's learn how to get rid of the hot spot. Let's clutter check. And eventually your clutter checks will just be a simple perusal of the room, and you'll do it automatically and you won't even think about it. And if something's out of place, you'll put it in place. Just like that. It won't even be a thought. But right now, it's a definite effort and you can do it. All right? That's it for today. I hope you have a wonderful day, and always remember that you are beautiful.